Great team effort, great team win. Offensively, thought we were balanced. Thought we did a good job running the ball. I thought Deshaun played very, very well. Very, very clean execution for a first game. Not a whole lot of mistakes, and that's just a testament to the young men that they prepared. They prepared with purpose. They went out and had effort with technique, and they were committed. We challenged them, coming in because it was a long camp, especially having an extra week of practice after school started. To just, we're committed to the task at hand. Prepared with purpose, and they did, and it's just a testament to them. They played their butts off.
Just talk about that quick start y'all got out to, because y'all really put the game out again pretty early.
Well, we always want to go in and get off to a fast start. We're a tempo team. We want to stress the defense, make them cover the entire field, and so we had a good plan going in, and Deshaun got out there and led the troops, and everybody was making plays. So it was imperative that we got off to a good start, and then we found ways to continue to do it drive after drive.
What was it like for you calling plays? You've known you're going to do it for a long time, but I mean, were you getting a little excited for this first game?
Excited and nervous, a little bit anxious, obviously, because you want to do the best you can to help these young men be successful and make sure that you can process the information quickly. And it was a great team effort. I mean, it wasn't just me up there. It was Coach Sweeney, Coach Scott, Coach Streeter was a tremendous help. Coach Pyramid sitting right next to me in the box. Coach Caldwell making adjustments on the sideline. So they put me at ease because they have confidence in me. And we work on the plan together, so we feel like the plan is sound when we go into a game. And so the pressure, mounted a little bit and got a little nervous, but then I was anxious too because I knew our guys had prepared well, and I wanted to see them have success.
Your impressions of Ray? He certainly looked as advertised right out of the box.
Yeah, he's an electric guy with the ball in his hands, and obviously he'll grow in the special teams game. Obviously, I think he had one mistake there, but he's electric, and he's got a running back mentality with a receiver skill set. So getting him the ball out in space is an advantage for us.
What did you see on Mike Williams' injury?
It was hard for me to see it up in the box. I really didn't even see it. I saw him come down, and I'm on the home side, so I couldn't see that he hit anything.
Have you gotten any update? They told us he was walking around.
Yeah, the update that we got is they're saying it's a sprain now. Obviously, they got to do more. We're talking about the neck. They got to do some more MRIs, but they say he's got full range of motion. He's up, moving around, and he was excited to find out that it was a touchdown.
It's a sprained neck.
Yes, that's what they're telling us right now. Sprained neck.
Deshaun said he would be back next week. Is that?
I don't know. That seems too soon. I don't know about that. Obviously, that's the training staff's decision, but we're hoping that it's not going to be something that keeps him on the sideline.
Tony, it seemed like you guys were moving, even calling plays even faster than last year. Is that intentional, or did you see it that way?
Well, again, we're a tempo offense, and again, we had the game plan kind of narrowed down. We knew what we wanted to do. Wofford is very sound in what they do. You kind of know what they're going to be in, so you kind of have your calls ready to go. But yeah, there was an emphasis of trying to call it as fast as we can, but at the same time making sure that we're calling the right plays in the right situations.
Do you like this kind of graduated schedule? I mean, I know you're not overlooking anybody, but Wofford, App State, Louisville, Notre Dame, and do you like the way it's kind of?
Man, let me tell you something. The preparation for any game is hectic, so it doesn't matter who we're playing, and we're at a point in the program where it's all about Clemson. So if we're prepared, the way we're supposed to, it doesn't matter who we're playing. But I don't really look at the opponent. I focus on us and making sure that we have the right calls in the right situations to be sound, and then we just go out and we pay the price because it doesn't matter if you're playing Wofford. Wofford's very capable of beating us. We learned that back in 2011, and so we reminded our guys of that situation. But anybody we play on our schedule is going to have a chance to beat us if we don't show up and play. So I focus more on Clemson than I do on the opponent.
You told us all through camp how excited you were about the running backs and the depth there. Must have felt sort of a sense of vindication for you with the running backs today, having so much success. I think Gallman had a couple touchdowns, Dye had a couple touchdowns. Brooks getting a touchdown was nice after everything he went through.
Man, I tell you what, it's exciting because I know how hard those guys work, and I know how humble they are and how unselfish they are. And for all of them to have a chance to get in there and touch the ball multiple times, and a couple of guys finding the end zone, and we've been challenging in the last 2 years. Let's average over 200 yards of rushing per game. So really putting a lot of pressure on those guys, and to see them go out and it looked from where I was at, and I have to validate it on the film, but it looks like their eyes were pretty disciplined. Didn't see a whole lot of dancing. Looked like they were finding the holes when they were supposed to, and got some into the open field. Still got to work on finishing the plays. I wanted Wayne to score on that one that he broke out, and I kind of got on him throughout the course of the game on the headsets. But it's just good because I know the kind of young men they are, how unselfish they are, how humble they are, how hard they work, and how much they want it, not just for themselves, but they want to be the workhorse for this football team.
The numbers look good in the passing game in terms of percentage completion, but were you pleased with the precision aspect of the passing game in terms of route running and being what it's supposed to be?
You know, obviously we'll have to look in more detail once we get on the film, but in terms of Deshaun's precision, you know, I was pretty pleased. And you know, Wofford did a couple of things a little bit different. You know, they took away some of the quicker throws that we had some success in the Oklahoma game, so we kind of had to make some adjustments and throw the ball down the field a little bit more. But you know, I thought the guys were where they were supposed to be. We had opportunities. We did miss the one touchdown. It was just out of our reach. But overall, I was pretty pleased with the overall execution in the running game, and we weren't turning guys loose. There weren't many opportunities for TFLs. We didn't get the quarterback hit much. So just overall, was really pleased with the precision.
The young receivers, in particular, Kane and McLeod, they show you that they can handle what you're throwing at them?
Right, obviously, you look at Ray, and as many times as he touched the ball, you see that the lights aren't too big for him. And then it was good to get Kane a couple of opportunities. And, you know, he's still growing every day. He was a high school quarterback that's transitioning to the position, and really would have loved for him to have been able to make that play on that touchdown just to really boost that confidence. And then if Mike's situation is lengthy where he's out, then Deion's got to be ready to play. And so it's a good opportunity to get him some experience. But you can see both of those guys, they're not afraid of the lights, but they still got a lot to do.
And speaking of Mike, what do you think of him making the catch, knowing that he's got the goalpost coming right at him?
Man, that just shows the mentality that he's locked in on making a play. He's got little eyes. He's not worried about the contact. And that's just the kind of player he is. And that's one thing we challenged Mike. Me personally, I challenged him all off season. Is let's really make that next step, kind of like Nuke did between his sophomore and junior year. And really, hey, let's go show everybody that you got that dog in you. And that's just him showing that in that situation.
Because of